So currently, the frequency is of parenting, of children, of looking out for children. I think the universe has placed many questions upon me, particularly with the Perez Hilton TikTok situation, which I will be addressing in a more specific blog. But in the meantime, I wanted to take a minute and just it's such a strong issue to talk about, children and the safety of children and who do you trust, who do you not trust, and all those elements, the anthropology of humanity, of what has happened, and various subliminal and overt elements of undermining and abusing children for various different means. And it's something that seriously needs to be addressed. It seriously needs to be addressed because there's people out there that still feel that they can utilize children for their own sadistic means. And so it's such a heavy issue that I wanted to address that I want to go into the innocence. What are we fighting for? So I decided to, Dad decided to give me Josh Gad and the cast of Goonies, and I could not find Goonies on Netflix, so I decided to watch Richie Rich, and I think. Well, it was definitely a much enriching experience. Whenever you don't get exactly what you want, a really good mentality to have is that this is a blessing. This is like an unexpected blessing, and I should approach it with that kind of mindset. And I did. And so many, like a flurry of things came forward about how amazing Macaulay Culkin is in capturing that innocence yet bright wittiness of children and maturity. Just and that's why we love him so much, in all the movies that he has done. Uh, and just and then in Richie Rich also the element of not being able to have friends, and then trust and material possessions, and what's important to humanity and what's important to the individual, and the way these wealthy people are portrayed. It's really a step away from the usual dialogue that we have about wealthy people, and it's really sweet and it's really nice to be able to see that kind of side. And it's a hokey 80s 90s movie, you know what I mean, but it does its job, and it has some drawbacks, like there's some sexual undertones and overtones in a kids movie. But I think in this day and age you kind of have to look at the movie and say that has been done and be like, what are the pros, what are the cons, what are the benefits, what are the negatives, and move forward and have that discussion with your child about, there's a woman being sexualized in a kids movie, Claudia Schiffer, I believe. So all those kind of things, but what are your thoughts as a parent, as someone who cares about children? Uh, for me, I have a pretty decent sized family of cousins, and I've seen all my cousins grow up. I've been, not we. There's the five of us that are kind of in a certain tier, and there's another five, and there's another five. There's a certain tier level that happens with the cousins, and and when you're older and you see these babies, of your aunts and uncles being born, like my cousin, she came over today and she's in her 20s, and I saw her when she was born, and I was crying. Like I'm still into Sailor Moon, and to me she looked like Serena from Sailor Moon, and I was just like, oh. And it was a full moon when she was born. It was just such a, like, seeing this beautiful bundle of joy and seeing her mature to the human being that she is today. And all my cousins, just all children in general, and that anyone would want to harm that anyone would want to take away that innocence from humanity that gives us so much. It just breaks my heart. It's a lot. It's a lot to digest trying to fix this particular situation on various different fronts, because I am a beacon of mercy, and everyone's my child, even the abuser. And I understand that only with love do we attain a higher level of understanding. But how do you love someone who has abused a child? It's just, it's a very difficult thing. it's a very difficult thing. And how do you help humanity grow from that situation and evolve into a much better place? So yeah, I think that it's a difficult thing to talk about, of course, yes, but it's an important thing to talk about, and how to have that dialogue and evolve into a much better society. So in the future, I'll be addressing this issue. I want to really think about what it is that I'm saying, and so I'm gonna write it down and present it more in a blog kind of like audio cast. And my nose is running. I should probably let you go. Anywho, on Netflix, Richie Rich, your soul will love you for it. Watch it with the family. Watch it. It really is one of those. It has amazing reveals. I've never seen it before, so I was just like, I'm gonna dive in, and it really it made me cry. It made me laugh. It did everything. So definitely a top pick for me. I wish you all a wonderful eternity.